You don't. Okay. So let's talk about taking charge of change. It's been a very interesting 5 years, hasn't it? You know, I congratulate you all for just being here. You know, so many others didn't make it this far. And the point is, things have changed a lot. I mentioned the car meeting, and you see these people in your local market, the realtors who are hovering on the edge, just kind of hanging on, hoping things get back to normal. They never are going to get back to normal. That normal is gone. There is a new normal, and it's emerging right now, and you are the ones that are coping with it. You're the ones that are making it work. You're reinventing our business every day that you get up and go to work. Let's talk about some of the things that have changed. What I see when I talk to you, I hear this kind of stuff. Higher fallout. That's a biggie. You know, 5 years ago, fallout rates were usually in the 12 to 15% range. And it was a fairly stable number that you could work on. You could do a business plan and say, okay, my fallout rate last year was 16%. This year I'm going to do this and this and this to try and get it down to 15. Not so today. I get that you're writing 6 offers to get 4 to close. Fallout rates have about doubled. About a third of the transactions you put together never make it to the closing table. What does that mean? You're going to have to work harder to do the same number of deals. Couple that with this one. There are just flat fewer transactions in the marketplace. Fewer people are buying and selling today than they were 5 years ago. And so you have fewer transactions, and the transactions that are there, you're having to work harder to get. I hope I'm not depressing. It's important that we do this because
It's reality.
that's the key word. The first step in change, in taking charge of change, is to acknowledge reality. This is neither good nor bad. It's just what it is, okay? More complex transactions. Wow. I've sat in a couple of offices when brokers had to take calls on short sales. Is that a trip? You know, talk about complex. And there's so many nuances you have to keep track of. It's not just a buyer, a seller, and a lender anymore. It's buyer, seller, lender, and a whole army of stakeholders that have to be satisfied. So your transactions are more complex. And meanwhile, what's happened to prices? Parentheses, what's happened to commissions? Now, we're not supposed to care about that because we're a set-fee real estate company, right? But you're still on the percentage side on most of your buyer side. So it definitely impacts you. You're working harder, you're doing fewer transactions are available to you, and your commissions are lower. The other thing about it that's not on the board is that I talk to you and I kind of get that most of you are maxed out. That you're working your tails off and you'd like to do more. There's no more time in the day. Here's the bottom line. You're working harder for fewer closings and less revenue. That's our current reality. Current reality. More is one of my favorite words in Help You Sell. I use it a lot when I talk about Help You Sell. Because as I look at Help You Sell and study it, this is like studying Help You Sell. You can't help it. It's obsessive. Help You Sell is a strategy for getting more. It really is. If you're a real estate broker, and if everything was equal, if we took all the transactions, let's go back 5 years, took all the transactions that were done in 2000, we'll say 5, that was the peak year, right? Take all the transactions that were done in 2005 and divide them equally amongst all the realtors in America, the bottom line is everybody get about 1.5 transactions. There is no equality in real estate. If you're not in this to get more, then you better go back to teaching or something else. Really. You've got to get more. Help yourselves a way we get more. It's a strategy. You know, we go into the market with a superior offer, better than anybody else can offer a seller. And it's great. Sellers get excited. They list with us. We get more than our share of listings, which means more than our share of signs, more than our share of buyers and buyer leads. That's the whole point of Help You Sell, to get more. But in this market, how? How are you going to get more? 4 is your magic number. 4? 4. That's everybody's magic number. But many of you are downsized and scaled down in the downturn to where you're all alone, or maybe you've got one person with you helping. 4 is the magic number. Now, where does that come from? John Powell. Do you remember a year ago, we did a rally swing, and what we talked about was blueprint for growth. John broke it down. very methodically went through the 3 phases of growth that a typical Help Yourself office goes through. It was absolutely dead on. We start with nothing, right? We're all by ourselves, and we work like crazy, and we focus on doing deals until we're starting to do about 4 sides a month. In fact, here's the blueprint. That's the thumbnail. We work like crazy till we're doing about 4 sides a month. 4 sides a month is your trigger, because at 4, you now can afford to hire somebody. John advocates hire that assistant and the buyer's agent at the same time. Maybe you want to do one or the other, but that's your trigger. 4 closed sides a month, it's time to hire. We need to get you to 4, because that's going to enable you to do more.
We need to get rid of that.
But here's the deal: you're covering about 3+. I'm only talking to you because you're the ideal candidate for this. You're at 3+. That's a long way to go to averaging 4 closed sides a month. It sounds like you're doing a good job of managing your time, but let's assume you're maxed out. What do you do? What can you do to get to 4? How do you do more in this climate? We'll go back in time. 2005. If you were in 2005, and particularly if you were a more traditional company, there were things you'd done to get more. Things we did as Help Yourself brokers. We might recruit more agents or branch into a new area or spend more on marketing. That was more our solution. If we wanted to do more, we spent more on marketing. The marketing budgets got astronomical, but it was okay because we were doing more. That doesn't work anymore. That's not how you do more. I'm going to introduce a little radical word for you here. In 2011, if you want to do more, I believe what you need to have is more face time. Now, what are we saying? What's face time? That's eyeball to eyeball, as Ken says, mano to mano, elbow to elbow with people. Now, we are so invested in technology. Thank goodness. I'm a bit of a nerd. I love the gadgets. I got to have the latest, right? Love to play with technology. I understand it. And it's so important for who we are and who we're becoming. We've got to be technologically advanced if we're going to reinvent the real estate business. But you know what? This is a people business. You don't sell real estate at a computer, really. Yeah, you can. Generally, you sell face-to-face. FaceTime is critical. And what I'm sensing and seeing out there a lot is that sometimes the technology, the bookwork, administrative aspects of your business are keeping you from FaceTime. You've got to find a way to stop that from happening. Whatever it takes, you need to get out and meet people. FaceTime is where trust, confidence, and likability occurs. People aren't going to do that huge transaction with you at their side unless they trust, like, and have confidence in you, and it happens face-to-face. Jack Bailey is adamant. You've got to get that buyer in the office and sit down face-to-face. Why?
Trust, confidence, likability.
You couldn't, I'm not going to say you can't, because you probably could do it over the phone at times, but you can't really do that on the phone. It's an eyeball-to-eyeball thing. However, look at your business. This is just a handful of essential business systems, things that need your attention every day in your business, stuff you can't let slide. You know, you got to be generating leads, which means you've got to be doing marketing. You got to take listings. By the way, that's how we generate leads and help yourself. Listings and marketing, and listings more than marketing. Just to remind you. Lead incubation. You got to have an intake system. Thank goodness we got a buyer data sheet. It works. And follow-up system. Contract negotiation obviously takes sales skills and experience, transaction processing to get things through. What's the common thread here? This is just some of what you do in your office. These are FaceTime hogs. This keeps you from being in the arena where you'll convert contacts into contracts and contracts into income. So this is the nut we have to solve. We got to find a way to get you more FaceTime. Maximizing FaceTime. What are the things that we could do? Here's a few. This is where we're face to face, mano to mano. Let's talk about well, we can talk about these two together. Julie Wright. What do you do? You're very involved. What are the various things you're involved in?
Chamber of Commerce, ambassador to the Chamber of Commerce, so involved with other business owners. Women's Council of Realtors. I'm the incoming president-elect for South Orange County Chamber. Our for chapter, and NARA, National Association of Hispanic Real Estate Professionals.
Are you Hispanic?
No, I'm Irish, but they let me be in there. It's very cool, but I do want to learn Spanish. And what else? So yeah, just with my broker meetings, always going to the broker meetings and staying up and talking with people. But I used to be an affiliate. I used to be a title rep, so it's a natural thing for me to be hanging out with realtors, you know.
Do the people in the chamber know that you're in real estate?
Oh yes, absolutely. Oh yeah.
Okay, what about the Women's Council of Realtors? It seems to me that if you go there, you're not going to find any buyers or sellers. Does it help you do more business?
It gives us education about our business, so I find it very helpful in that way. And then also we just had our national conference on Thursday, and you meet agents from all over the United States, and so we can refer business back and forth to each other. So it's a great, and it's a leadership, and it's just a great place to be.
So, maximizing face time. How about charity work? Are you doing any? Let's see. I don't want to pick on Kim because we're going to have her on the panel after a little while. But Kim, are you doing any charity work?
Just a little.
What are the charities you work with?
Tied in with the office is called Candles for Canned Goods, which I'm not sure where Ron wants my stuff. I just thought about it, it's up in my room. Basically, it's working with the food bank and an animal charity, and so we sell the candles. The office pays the cost of them. The candles are $6. 100% of that goes to the food bank or to an animal charity. $6 will buy 24 meals for Sunday.
Pretty cool. And the candle part is your invention,
Yes,
right?
the candle, my mom and I make the candles. So it just started a little while ago. I can't say we've gotten any referrals off of it, but you can live out with a lot of things, but food is not one.
When you're working and doing your charity work, can you do that and tweak your website at the same time?
Absolutely.
Oh, please. Come on, you're supposed to say no way.
Okay, no way.
It's hard to have FaceTime when I'm getting at it if you're buried in your computer. You gotta do it in your computer, but it's
Oh,
hard.
I thought you meant do we have it on our website?
Oh, you do? Of course
Oh, we
you
do, we do. Sorry.
So-
Didn't understand the question.
It's all right, I didn't phrase it. This is your FaceTime. Yes.
Real quick, I want to tell you, I did create a mixer just a couple months ago, and it was a fundraiser for Habitat for Humanity. And I chose that, it's a long story, but I chose that because our OCAR president, Association of Realtors president, chose to raise $50,000. And so I chimed in, and I had 9 vendors there, and everything was paid for, the food, and everybody came. And there was about 80 people there. We raised about $1,000 in 2 hours. And it really, it brought attention, you know, of course.
That's a great charity, because it is
for
housing.
business, and, you know, it was a good thing to do.